Hello everyone, a very wonderful day today. I wish all of you out there. Yes, it's time for you, your me time, relaxing, enjoying, completely letting go of all the things that have been passing your brain through the whole day. Yeah, let's just sit, breathe, and relax and arrive here. And then open up for this wonderful talks from Eckhart and myself in the end as well. And in the beginning maybe also. Let's see what comes. This wonderful talk is take a little slice of this meaning of these thoughts in our head. How Eckhart wonderful says it, the ripples on the ocean, with a deeper meaning underneath. Yes, enjoy listening to this wonderful explanations, talk, and kind of guided path into the depths underneath these ripples, these thoughts. And in the end, I will give you some ideas, some practical ideas and some from different all-day situations and let's say confrontations you might have during your everyday life, just like I do and like many others do. I give you here some very good ideas how to get through some things. Be excited what I'm talking about. I know it already because I've recorded it previously. So now enjoy, relax, and take yourself this cup of tea or a warm water, or maybe if it's warm, a wonderful juice, a fresh orange juice, a fresh juice of the taste that you love, and then just lean back and take yourself a seat in a cozy place. And then open your ears and your heart and vibrate with the words and the messages.
All the unhappiness ultimately was not created by the situation, it was created by the narrative. But you didn't know that, as most humans still don't know that, because they cannot separate the situation from the narrative. And so whenever you feel unhappy, you feel fearful, you feel depressed, you feel resentful, what's happening, self-pity, whatever it may be, use that as a little wake-up call. Say, okay, how does this arise? How is this feeling of unhappiness in whatever form, how does it come about? And then you become more and more aware of what goes on in your thinking mind. The awareness is deeper, a deeper dimension of consciousness. We could say higher or deeper, it doesn't matter. It is a deeper dimension of consciousness than the activity of thought, which is also consciousness. Every thought is a form that consciousness takes. But underneath that, there's a vast realm of consciousness, in the same way that a ripple on the surface of the ocean, let's say that's a thought, but the ripple is only a temporary, fleeting expression of a much deeper reality underneath it. And so you wake up to that deeper identity by realizing the fundamental difference between what is and what the mind has to say about it. And then more and more you're able to experience situations with the power of your presence. You're facing a situation with the power of your presence. It's not your presence, but let's just call it yours. You face it with the power of your presence, which is true intelligence, instead of being reactive and complaining about what it ever is you're experiencing. A lot of that unnecessary mind activity, the narrative, the excess baggage, a lot of that you might have noticed is complaining. You can complain about life, about other people around you, you can complain about the unfairness of it all, how life has treated you, or whatever it is. You can complain about whatever the politicians and all kinds of the infinite things you can complain about. And so a lot of that narrative has an element of complaining to it. And it's not pleasant, but the false sense of self, the ego, the me, it loves complaining, and because then it feels it has a stronger sense of identity, a fictitious identity. It loves to make somebody wrong, another person. You can make a whole situation wrong, and this should not be happening. It should not be happening. It's a travesty. But it is happening. This should not be happening is the narrative. And that what makes you unhappy in most cases, perhaps all cases, is the narrative in the mind, not the situation. The situation is as it is. And as when you realize that, then more and more are you able to face every situation, which is in the present moment, the only place where any situation can arise. You face it as it is in the now, with the power of your presence. And if action is required, you take action. If nothing can be done, you leave it alone. It is as it is, and you are not unhappy about it anymore. You rise above it, so to speak. You're no longer at the mercy of whatever is happening or not happening around you. Yes, it's nice when nice things happen, and it's not so nice when unpleasant things happen, but it doesn't touch you that deeply, because you have access already, a deeper dimension within yourself. So you're no longer at the mercy of conditions. Because as long as you're at the mercy of conditions, life is very frustrating, because conditions or situations you find yourself in are never satisfying for very long. And a lot of the time they are unsatisfying, a lot of the time they are challenging. Because life is not here to make you happy. The world isn't here to make you happy. It's here to awaken you, to make you conscious. How does it do that? It does that by challenging you. And it's doing it now. So, and as you are able to let go of the unnecessary narrative that makes you unhappy, then you automatically become present to what is. And then you understand perhaps what Shakespeare meant when he said, nothing is either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Thanks, I will talk to you again soon. In the meantime, please try it out, practice, and see what happens. Thanks.
Thank you, Eckhart, for your wonderful phrase here. This ripple on the surface of the ocean. Which thoughts are. And underneath all of this surface rippling, yeah, what is there? The huge, big, deep, and it's dark. The dark, deep ocean. And the darkness is not a judged description. It's just meaning there is no light that is shining on it so you can see it. What does darkness mean? You just don't see it. There is light, you see something. There is no light, you don't see it. There is not, take off this judgment first. Dark is not bad and light is not good. The only opposite is you see something or you don't. That's all. How wonderful is that? How wonderful is this? What's the English word again? Guys, help me. That's why I need some exchange, like some talking partner. Yeah, I will definitely interview more people here on my channel. I want to do that about all this, what I'm talking to, to have a conversation with you out there. We could even dive deeper in these topics. But okay. Yeah, how wonderful is this acknowledgement? Acknowledgement, is that the right word? Yeah. Yeah, it is the right word. Okay, perfect. This is really, it is so wonderful. How wonderful is it to take off judgments, judgmental thinking. So what you can really start doing is during the whole day, next day, tomorrow, start to observe, watch your thinking. And then, it would be good, take a little piece of paper block, take a small paper block that you can carry around with you, and then write down every judgment that you observe, that you see, that you're doing. Each single judgment you do, like, I give you some ideas to really understand how often, even in a small sense, you judge. Like, the weather is bad. Oh, look, it's raining. Oh, how bad. Well, there we start already. Or even by saying an ant is small. Look at the bacteria. Relative to the bacteria, the ant is a huge animal. A huge insect. Okay, it's an insect. We can keep that. It's no judgment to say you're an insect or you're an animal. Okay. But small. All adjectives you use. Small, big, tall, tiny. It's all relative. it is really all relative. Yeah, in all kinds of ways. Also with people, with behaving of people. For example, if you're used to never use any bad words, there we have this judgment, like shit, fuck, or whatever. Okay. And then there is a person using it all the time. Okay, you have the person not using it at all, then you have the person using this word often, and then you have another person who is even screaming around, screaming, shouting, very rude and aggressive. So for that, if you compare this one to the one always saying shit, fuck, I'm sure you will say this one is kind and good. I mean, it might be a strange comparison here. Yeah, it's a little bit not the best comparison, let's say. But if you like all day long get shouted at, and you one day are with someone who's just using these few words often, you will not even sense that. It won't be in your awareness at all, because you will be just your focus will only be on this silence, on this aggression, because you have been trained to this aggressive, loud, shouting atmosphere. And if this is gone, it will be for you like a paradise. And you won't hear the words that this person is saying, but in a non-aggressive way. Maybe he's just using it. For example, I love to use fucking or shit thing to express an extreme, to just express an extreme feeling, and not an extreme bad feeling, but an extreme good feeling. I love to say, what the fuck is this? How great is this? What the fuck? In really to really underline its tremendous greatness, or this is fucking great, like this. It's, or what crazy what crazy shit is this? Wow. But in a positive way. I love to use such words then. And yeah, so it's really all comparable and then all relative. Yeah, that's what I wanted to give you here, also to add to this wonderful talk from Eckhart, to his words. And then to really understand someone deeper, stop looking at this surface of someone, like for example his voice, his way he's looking like. You know that you never, if you look at a person, you never know what is his potential and what he has achieved in his life. There are billionaires out there passing you maybe a few times a day, and you don't know it because they look like a complete normal person, or even less. Maybe they have crazy hair and they don't take care of themselves, and you don't expect that they are billionaires, Just as examples, I want to use some very good extreme examples to explain. So this is why I really want to make yourself aware of all the information that are out there for you. There is so many there's so much out there from people that you might judge in the first place because of their looking or their voice. It sounds strange to you, or it doesn't sound good in your ears. But the content, listen to the content. Focus on different things from now on. Focus on the content. Go behind the words. Not the words, well, even the words, yes. Go behind the sound of the voice. Go behind your senses. Your 7 senses that we all know about, like touching, hearing, smelling, even feeling. Because also feeling is a conditioned behavior. It is all conditions, and behind, if you are willing and allowing to look through that curtain, it's like a curtain hanging in front of you. If you allow yourself to look through that curtain of smells, sounds, feelings, emotions, judgments, if you allow yourself to look through that curtain, you will find this symbol from the universe for you. The meaning, the truth, the path, the next step, the signs. All this. If you allow yourself this, then you will open more and more to more and more knowledge. To more and more knowledge of the whole universe. The universal knowledge. You will have knowledge from all kinds of huge people like Albert Einstein or all people. You will think of they were great people. You will be able to reach such knowledge. I've experienced it by myself, so I know what I'm talking about. Okay. How do you allow it, huh? You're questioning yourself now. How do I allow this? Let me go into myself to check out how did it happen really in step by step. When I look at a person and he's talking and I feel that, I don't like his voice, then I right away decide, interesting. Well, first of all, I'm realizing, it's interesting, I don't like his voice. Interesting. Okay, now I know. First of all, see everyone as yourself. Everyone is you and you are everyone. And everyone is just perfect the way they are. With this belief, go out into the world, and then you are able to allow to look through that curtain. To me, it started I had made the decision to learn how to like the people that I have a problem with, that I don't like. And then I looked for ways to do that. And I found a way It was so funny. I mean, through my awakening process, I had all these things coming up in my mind. This decision that I thought, oh, it would be great if I would have no issue with no one. Okay, I want to do that. I want to work on that. And at work, I had a few people where I know I had my difficulties with them. So I asked my universal knowledge, as I had a good connection to it, what could I do? And the answer was, look at them differently. Change your perspective. Take that focus away from the issue topic that you have with this person, and then put the light or focus, however you want to call it, onto some other item of this person, because we are multidimensional beings, right? We can focus on, oh, what good parent might he be? What good father might he be? What good comedian could he be? I did that, actually, to me, one guy in my office. It occurred that I looked at him because I asked myself, okay, what could I do? How could I look at him? And then all of a sudden, he reminded me of a politician from the old East Germany. Gregor Genscher. Gregor? Yeah. Anyhow. He looked just the same. He looked like this bulldogs as well. Like this animal and like this politician. Huh? And I had to laugh all of a sudden. And I looked at him and he was like, what's wrong? Or what is? And what did I do? I did not say, no, nothing. Everything's fine. No, I didn't. I told him. And that's the thing. Get the connection to the person. I told him in a very joyful way, because it made me filled with joy to see him, to see his similarity to this politician. And I already felt like he already has some character, also a similar character maybe. And so I told him, you remind me so much of this politician from the old Eastern. And I said the name, and he was like, yeah, I know who you mean. I'm very familiar with politician. And I was, okay, the old Eastern, because he's Swiss, I live in Switzerland now. So then a new conversation started about a completely different topic where we could connect. We built up in a few moments a complete new connection on a complete different level. And level means here energy level, not a judgmental level. Energy level. A joyful, open-minded, funny, relaxed relationship. And from that moment on, we always, when we saw each other, had a little talk about really cool, interesting things where he also was very interested in, and me too, and we found this thing. How wonderful is that? And even when we came to work topics, it didn't matter to me anymore, his way of asking for support or asking for something or it didn't bother me anymore, because I had this funny connection frame. It's like you're reframing your situations, your problems, your issues. You're reframing it, and that will over it, like a joyful feeling is more powerful than an unhappy feeling. So if you can connect with this problem thing you have with a joyful emotion, you have been successfully eliminated the unhappy fact about it, because it's stronger. You eliminated it. It's like you send a frequency over it, and it's more powerful. It erases that other one. You can explain it technically, you can explain it energetic, you can explain it in so many ways. But that's what's happening. So look at the people that you don't like and find something you can compare them with any VIP person, with an actor or an actress, or a politician, like I said, or whatever. Look, maybe someone from your past childhood times, or whatever. And one thing will happen as well. You will understand why or how he's acting or she's acting. You will understand, you will see behind that. You will see that he or she is only acting like this because he or she feels there is some anxiety, there is some fear, and that makes them do crazy things because they are afraid of rejection, for example. Yeah, and that's what makes people act strangely when they get, for example, very, very rough and very forcing. Often behind that there is a totally uncertainty of how to find a way to talk to people in a relaxed way. For example, they are just not knowing. They are insecure. Very insecure. Maybe they had been mobbing problems as they were younger, so they had to find a way of aggression, more or less, and forcing to overcome this, because they don't know how to deal with this, and it's still in them from the childhood. It's their pattern. And so just look at it. Look at this person. If he's like unfriendly or aggressive, look at him as a little child. That's another way of coming together with this person. Picture him as a little boy, shouting, forcing, and maybe then you can melt up a little bit and get more open, come away from making yourself hard and maybe also aggressive. So, yeah, it will smoothen you and open up for this little boy who's just so angry, so mad, and so sad maybe, and who has closed up and decided to just go the aggressive and forcing way to get his needs, because everyone has needs. Everyone, huh? So yeah, these are a few wonderful impulses for you for your everyday life. And now I wish you a wonderful day, minute, second, week, month, year, just simply life, okay? And never ever do you forget what? Yes, that you are the lottery win in your life. No one else's. You are this. And in addition, you are this lottery win, not just for yourself, but also for all others around you. No matter how much you trigger them or they trigger you, you are the lottery win. You are that lottery win that they needed, that they do need right now. Okay? Yes. And now, again, also a little reminder to your free coaching session with me. How wonderful is that? I already had a few ones with you out there. Man, woman, just wonderful. I love to do that. So please contact me on YouTube, on YouTube, I don't know, but no, in Instagram or Facebook you will find me with Juliane ALLWAYS, J.A. Coaching, and then you have your free session deserved because you did some effort to find me. Yes, bye bye, and love to talk to you soon.